They don't notice what they should notice, which are the telltale signs that there is this creature nearby. And erupting from the earth behind them is a gigantic horse-sized insect. Huge pincers. Pops up out of the ground and going to mark a stress. And they will be making separate agility reaction. So this is for Soot, agility of +0. 16, which is a pass. Jade with an agility of +1. That is a 18-19, which is a pass. So they, Soot and Shade are distracted, yes, but this is they're kids of this particular world. They have run into such things before, so they are able to spring back out of the way. Hissing monstrosity leaps up and grabs them. You can. This is. They are relentless. I'm going to activate them a second time. They are going to make an attack against all targets within close range. Both of our characters have an evasion of 11. Guy is +3 to attack. That is a 16. Let's use a different die, one that goes up better. But anyway, it's a 16, which is a strike. So that succeeds on both of them, and they will take 1d12 +2 physical damage. Here's our d12. They will each take 6. They will each take 8 damage. They have to mark an armor without receiving its effects. What are our damage thresholds? Oh. Damage thresholds for these guys are 7. Oh. No, sorry, this one is 2d6 damage. That's 11 physical damage. They have to each mark an armor slot without receiving its benefits. They will each just take the hit point. They're each vulnerable. And then we will... It then moves into very close range. It will attack Jade or Soot, even or odd. Odd. Soot. It will take a swing at Soot with their claws. Let's go ahead and spend another fear to activate them for that. (10 + 3 is 13, so its evasion is 11. That's a hit. They take 1d12 +2 physical damage. 5, 6, 7. We will mark an armor slot to reduce that to minor. And that is a pretty savage strike against them. Now, play goes back to our heroes. Jade is going to act first. Jade is going to leap backwards to close range. they can do, I believe... Let me look up real quick, Caprine Leap. As though you were using normal movement. So we're going to attempt to move to far distance. This environment is, let's say, 12. So we'll attempt to make an agility roll to actually leap back and then move to far distance away from this thing. That is with hope. And that is a success. 12, 15, plus 1 for agility is a 16. I'm going to move back to far distance. And going to make a blighting strike at far range. Against the acid burrower. Okay, so difficulty 14. We are making a blighting strike, which is a spellcast roll. And our spellcast is presence, which is +2. They are intending to, I'm going to spend a hope on their ability protective, their experience of protective. They are attempting to protect Soot. I'll spend a hope, get another +2 on this, so this is +4 total. Okay, we get our hope back. That is a 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. With hope. This does D6 damage. Oh, you gotta be kidding. 1 damage. So that marks 1. Burrower did not take severe damage, so their acid bath doesn't take effect. But Soot, since Shade just made her move, Soot is going to make his move and is also going to attempt to leap back with agility, and is going to burn a hope on look over there to get +2 on this roll because Soot's agility is 0. Like I said, this is a 12 difficulty environment, so 6, 7, we at least get our hope back. We leap back to close range, but we remain in close range. Because we failed, we come back to me. Burrower is going to move back into close range with Soot and is going to strike with their claw. That is definitely a hit. 18. They do 1d12 damage. 3 plus 2 is 5. Soot is going to mark their last. Going to mark his last armor slot to take no damage. Not looking great for Soot here. I'm going to spend a fear to activate again and make another strike. 12, which hits. That is for 8 damage, which is major damage. Soot is badly injured. I am going to make... Acid Burrower can be activated 3 times. I'm going to activate the Acid Burrower again to make another strike. That is a 7. Plus 3 is 10, which misses. So, the Acid Burrower comes in. They make 1 strike. slams a claw into Soot, slams another claw into Soot, goes to swing again, Soot leaps back out of the way, and is going to use their dual staff. First, they're going to try to get some distance between them and the burrower. There's nothing else they can do. They're just going to try to move to far range. We'll spend a hope on look over there to try to get, so see if Soot can something happen here. First, they're going to mark a stress. He's going to mark a stress X this creature and reduce their difficulty. So first, I'm going to attack with the dual staff. Difficulty. So the difficulty is now 13. This is a we'll spend a hope on unforgiving. We'll say we're going to make an I'm unforgiving of this creature. Soot is a witch, very dedicated to the natural world. But is not forgiving this creature. So this is a instinct of 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's a hit. And that will do 1d6 plus 3 damage. 6 damage. One more on our creature. And then in an attempt to distract the creature, Jade is going to make their move. Attack as well. Attacking this time using... Oh, I forgot. The reason I did Blighting Strike was because damage from this creature is reduced by a d6 on their next attack. Let me roll a d6 here real quick. Actually, I don't. I'll just do it on the next attack that the creature makes. So in this case, we're not going to do that. We are going to, from far range, strike with the scepter. So Shade, Soot is kind of closed in with this creature and strikes out with his dual staff. Shade, from a distance, takes her scepter, points it at the creature, invokes their patron Labora, sends a jet of energy forward. And misses with fear. That's unfortunate. Soot is there. It's our creature's turn again. They're just going to keep swinging. And on a 20, that is 12 plus, and it doesn't matter if damage is just reduced. Well, let's see. That's 12. That's one strike. That is severe damage. Soot goes down. Creature forward, strike out at Shade. The hit. That is for major damage. You know, I thought when I started this campaign that these guys were going to be fragile, but I didn't think they were going to be this fragile. They have done no damage to this creature. But it's Shade's turn again. Shade is going to make an agility roll to try to get to Soot's side. Difficulty 12. Spend a hope on protective. Get a +2 on this, so this is rolling at +3. They're trying to get to their side. That's a critical, so we get our hope back. We administer a minor health potion. Clearing 2 hit points from Soot. Turns. So with Soot back on his feet, Jade basically suggests that they run. So they're going to attempt to run. I will say that Soot has to make an attempt to run well to get to far range. Spending hope. I know I should have done that first. But they have such low agility that they need that hope. Look over there. So they send a jet of energy with their dual staff, not trying to strike the creature, but just trying to distract the creature. Are able to get over there. I will gain a fear. That's a failure with fear. The creature is going to attempt to close with them. It has to make an agility roll to get the far distant. It does not. So our 2 rabbits, we close the scene with our 2 rabbits grabbing their packs off the ground because they hadn't quite managed to set up camp yet, and leaping out into the forest, bounding away with their caprine leaps, with the great leaps of their back legs, springing forth and hoping to live another day.